Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a first impression / review of the Dior Airflash foundation. Now I know I did have this for a little while and I told you guys I was going to do a first impression. I'm finally getting around to doing it. I never even used this foundation. Can you believe it? I've had it in my collection for some time now and I never even touched it. So today is the day we do test it out, and I also am testing out the Edward Bass Black Sea Primer. Now this is more of a mid-range, higher end primer, and the same with the Dior Airflash. So I did want to put them together in the same video and test them out together. So this Edward Bass Black Sea Primer does have pearls in it, so that is really good for like anti-aging. It's good for your skin, and it also is a illuminizing primer. As you guys can see, I don't want to drop it because I just do that all the time. I always drop things. So it does have like a little shift to it. I do like how this feels. I'm not gonna lie, it feels really nice and luxurious. So we are gonna see how this works and to see if it's even worth the $69 or if you should pass. And then we will see if the Dior Airflash is worth it as well, and see if they work good together by themselves. So if you do want to see my first impression / review, then just keep watching. So I'm going to be priming one side of my face with this Edward Bass Black Sea Primer. Now this is the first time I've ever used this. It's supposed to have like a illuminizing look to it, so I'm not really sure how it's going to work on like pores and fine lines and things like that, so we will see. It also has like a little shift to it, so it has like an illuminizing shift, and it does have pearl powder in it, so that's good for your skin. It's supposed to like tighten, tone, even out your skin tone, everything like that. So it's supposed to be really good, so we will see how that works. And of course I'm going to be using the Airflash on both sides of my face, so we're just going to see how it works with and without primer. You can spray this because it is a spray, but I'm not going to do that because I feel like it's going to be way too messy and it's not going to be precise at all. So I'm just going to use the back of my hand. You could also use a palette. Like I can't find one in front of me right now, but if you do have like a makeup palette, you can spray it on there and use a brush or a beauty blender that way. So I'm just gonna put it on one side of my face. I think I'm gonna prime this side and leave this side unprimed. It is a little thick, like it's a thick primer, so it's not one that's like really lightweight. It also feels like a little sticky when I apply it. So as you can see, one side looks a little illuminizing compared to the other side, so we will see how long that lasts. It is a little sticky and it is taking a little time to dry down. We're going to be using the Artiste brush. This is what I like to use. This is what I use most of the time for my foundations. You can use a beauty blender. And I'm going to just spray it on the back of my hand. I'm going to shake it up for a few seconds. Just going to like spray it. Alright, that's like weird. So as you guys can see, it kind of almost takes to my skin right away, except it leaves like a little puddle. So I would definitely do like certain sections at a time. And this might be a little dark for me because I got this when I was self-tanning, so I haven't self-tanned in a few days, so it might just be a little dark. As of right now, it's not covering up every single thing, so I have a little blemish over here, and I can still see it, so. I could see this getting like really messy really fast. I'm gonna take it on the ears because we want everything to even out, and of course my neck. I always do my neck. You don't have to, but I personally like it. I'm doing this before my son goes to school, so you might hear him coughing in the background because he's still getting over his cough. That's one coat. I don't think it's covering everything up. I still see a lot of my blemishes plus my freckles, especially over here. So I'm going to go in with one more coat, but because this actually matches my chest a little bit now, I don't want to go overboard. because it might get a little too dark. I don't know if it oxidizes, so we're just gonna go with a light hand for a second coat. Feel like this takes a little longer because you have to go by section, otherwise it may just dry way too fast. So that's with 2 coats. I still don't think it's full coverage, so I'm gonna go with its light to medium to buildable coverage. I do see my freckles, especially over here. And I still see on my breakout here and here a little bit. Maybe like if you use concealer, that might like take it away. It does look more on the natural side. I think if you use a beauty blender, it'll probably come out a little more natural looking, just because you could thin the formula out a little bit. I don't see any pores really on both sides. Like I see them a little bit, but not like anything pronounced like really badly. So if you use a primer for like pores, I think that would take it away and help it out a lot. I don't see it clinging to any dry patches, which is really nice. And I do like the feel of it. It feels very lightweight. It did dry down right away, so it is something that you want to work in sections with. I do feel like the side that is primed, it's a little more illuminating than the side that's not primed, but that's illuminating primer. And the primer is really nice as well. I kind of feel like it's tightening my skin a little bit on this side. The shift that I did see in here, it's kind of gone, so I don't see that like shift anymore. I just see the illuminizing look, but it looks natural. So far so good. I'm gonna wear this throughout the day. I'm gonna be doing a lot of errands. So it is 8:29. Please don't mind my broken phone. I have to get a new one. I dropped it and it broke. So I am going to check back in when I come back from doing like all my errands and things like that and tell you how it went, how it looks. Of course, I'll have the rest of my makeup on, so I won't scare you guys as much. So I will see you then. Okay, so I'm back for my update. Now it is 3:33. Again, please don't mind my screen. I dropped my phone. So I'm going to let you know a few updates that I've noticed since 8:39 this morning. Okay, so I put the rest of my face on. This just sounds funny saying the rest of my face. Now, when I was putting all of my other stuff on, like my concealer, my bronzer, my blush, everything went on really nicely. It was very easy to blend out, so that's one thing I really love about this foundation. The only thing is, now, I don't know if you guys can see like over here, but I put my bronzer on and now it looks like my bronzer faded a little bit along with the foundation. So that usually doesn't happen ever with like any foundation I have, so that's not a good thing. Also, I feel like I'm getting a little oily, like really shiny over here, and I never get that. It did settle a little bit into my fine lines over here, so the side where I didn't prime, it's really settling, but the side I did prime, it's settling a little bit, but it's not settling too much. Okay, so around my nose area, it is wearing off a little bit as well, and I could see a little texture going on over here, but again, that's something a primer can take care of. Over here where I didn't prime, I definitely see my pores a lot more. Where I have my blemishes, like right over here and over here, the foundation is wearing off, so I would say either go in with like a concealer before you put this foundation on, or you would have to touch up throughout the day. So it is a little bit of a maintenance foundation. It's not a one and done. You're definitely gonna have to touch up throughout the day. Now, I am in cold weather today, and I can imagine how this holds up in really hot weather. If it's coming off in the cold weather, it probably will come off in the hot weather as well, probably a lot worse. So I don't know if this would be like a summertime foundation. I could do like an updated review later for you guys, like when the summer hits. If you guys want to see that, please give this video a thumbs up or let me know in the comments. I can definitely do them for you guys. So besides those little minor things, it is holding up pretty well. I do like the foundation. I don't love the foundation as of yet, but I think I do like it more now that I'm wearing it a lot longer than when I first put it on. When I first put it on, it didn't look airbrushed to me. I guess now that it had some time to actually like settle onto my skin, it looks a lot better. It does look a little more airbrushed, so you do still see my freckles a little bit like right over here, but it's not a big deal because it's not so pronounced, especially after you put on all your other makeup. It does look really nice and natural looking, besides like the fading. If it didn't fade, you wouldn't even know like I had foundation on. I think it's just really nice overall. I am going to come back one more time. I'm not sure when, probably like after dinner. I'm going to try to come back one more time and give you any more updates as far as I see. It is 3:46, so I will come back and I'll let you know if there's any other updates. So I will see you then. Okay, so I'm back for my last and final check-in. It is 7:46. It's fading a little bit more over here where I told you guys earlier where it was fading. Around my nose area, it seems like it's fading even more, and it does seem like it is settling into my like fine lines up here, even on the side that I did prime. So I have to say I do like it, but I don't think I'm in love with it just yet. I think there's other foundations out there that are full coverage, longer lasting, and stays like flawless all day. But I do like the finish that it gives. Like right now, like from afar, it looks pretty nice. You can't really tell it is in any of my fine lines or anything like that unless you get like really close to me. One thing I did like about this, it didn't seem to oxidize, so I do like that because I don't like when foundations oxidize, and it looks really nice on the skin. Personally, I like it. So I think this is something like if you are gonna put on for a few hours, it would be great for you. I think if you wanted like long term, I don't think this is going to be it. Like if you are going to wear it for like 10-hour day, I don't think this is going to be it. By the end of the day, you're going to notice some problems. But I do have dry skin, and it didn't like cling to any dry patches or anything like that. Even now it doesn't, but it seems to moisturize my face. But it's moisturizing my face so much that it's making me look a little dewy and like a little oily over here. So I would say if you are oily skin, you probably wouldn't want this foundation. It probably wouldn't be for you unless you blot throughout the day or put powder or something like that over it. And where my breakouts are, like over here, you can see it wore away completely. So I would say if you have anything you wanted to cover up, just use like a concealer underneath, like a really good one, and you should be good to go. So overall, I do really enjoy this foundation. Would I repurchase it? I think I would definitely repurchase it. I like how it wears. I would just wear it for short periods of time. Do I think it's worth the price point? It's obviously Dior, so you are paying a little for the name, but it is a really nice foundation. It gives you like that flawless airbrush look. When I first put it on, like I told you guys, I didn't really see that, but after a while it melted into my skin. I started noticing it, so I definitely think it gives you that airbrush look, and it's a really nice look. Definitely something that I'm going to use up, and I definitely would repurchase because I think it's a really good foundation. So for the primer, now I think it's a really good primer. I really enjoyed this. When I first put it on, it was like sticky and tacky, and it did give me that illuminizing look throughout the day. It just gives you like a very fresh look to your face, so it is really nice. When I first put this on, I did get the firming effect, and I did really like that. I liked the feeling of that. Throughout the day, I did notice it as well, but it wasn't like a tight feeling, and it wasn't an annoying feeling. It was just like a firming kind of lifting feeling, if that makes any sense. I definitely think this is worth it. I absolutely enjoyed this. I can't wait to use it some more and test it out and see how it goes with other foundations and how it works. But I definitely think it is worth the price. It is worth the splurge. It's really nice, and I definitely enjoy that. So that basically wraps up this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about these two products. Have you tried either one of them out before? And if you have, what you think about them. I hope you guys did like this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Please come join a little YouTube family here. We'd love to have you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.